y'all's biggest test of the year. I think if it was a grade, what would you give it? I think A+ is probably.
Yeah, I would think A+ would be pretty good. I mean, those guys kept fighting. We were up 21-0, and they showed a lot of fight. Made a 2-score game going into half, but interception on the first play of second half really kind of just gave us the momentum. We scored right away, and then with a pick 6 by Caden Chavis as well. We just kind of, I don't say ran away with it, but we kind of put it without reach. And our kids are going to fight, and they're going to play really hard, and just really proud of the effort.
Your quarterback, Alex, spectacular tonight. He's been spectacular all year. What has he meant to this team, not just tonight, but all year?
I mean, he's phenomenal. Just a great kid. I told Jared before the game, to be a first-year head coach, to have that kid as a quarterback, I mean, I'm beyond blessed. He's a phenomenal kid. Some college out there is going to be really happy that they gave a chance on him, as well as a lot of our kids. We're not a really highly recruited school, and it's a shame because, our kids might not have the exact measurables that you would want, but they got things that you can't teach, and they got heart, and they got grit, and it's kind of on display tonight.
Your defense coach, I mean, a couple of turnovers, interceptions tonight. Just talk about them being able to feast on those opportunities.
Yeah, anytime you go up against Dane, you hold him with 29, that's pretty good, if we're being honest. I think he's the best offensive coordinator in Louisiana. I mean, it's hard to argue with that. And, them to keep fighting, we gave up some points. We said three interceptions kind of, really sealed the game, and we won the turnover battle, 3-1. And I think that really was a huge part of why we won the game.
It's going to, I guess, piggybacking off of some of the things we're already talking about, but the level of consistency from your guys throughout the season to be undefeated right now, and to all of the Dane talk, or we're going against this LSU commit or any of that stuff this week, that it seemed like they handled the week really well.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, it's really not about our opponents, about us and our process. And the kids are, they're smart. They're kids, but they're smart, and they're well aware of what was on the opposing sideline. And look, we addressed the elephant in the room early, and that was it. And we were more worried about ourselves, and I didn't think that was an issue at all. I thought the kids, they want to play for one another, and they want to win football games. It doesn't matter if they're playing against East Ascension or they're playing against, the Saints. They just want to play and they want to have fun, and tonight they definitely did that.
First-year head coach. I mean, thinking, hey, this is pretty easy.
Oh no, trust me, I know it's not easy, and it hasn't been easy. We've had a hell of a team and done great things on Friday nights, but it's not easy. And it starts on Saturday, and it happens on Fridays. Our work and our process. It's been hard-fought games. We've kind of pulled away in the majority of them, but nothing's easy, and it's really hard to win. No matter what.
I saw you kind of had a moment there with your dad towards the end of the game. What he's kind of instilled with you to, you're obviously assistant under him, but what he kind of instilled in you to have the success.
I mean, I just wanted to be a coach from a very young age. When you're a little guy, you want to be like Dad, and I was probably the only 12-year-old going to clinics. It's just what we do, and that's just kind of how he and I bonded. We don't hunt, we don't fish, we just love football. So just to get him on the sideline, he's not a coach, but he's a part of us. He helps us out in his capacity, and I just can't be more fortunate to have him with us.
24-hour rule and whatnot, but obviously there's a huge one on deck for week 9 now. Just what does the turnaround look like to get ready for now a spotlight game every year? Right,
that's the game that everybody circles, and it is what it is, and we'll be back here tomorrow, and we'll kind of put this one to bed. We'll go through it, and it's all on the St. Thomas More and that prep, and I think the kids are going to be excited for the challenge. Obviously it's the big one. It's the one across town, and it's the one that everybody looks at, and we haven't had success in quite some time. So I think it's time to put that in the rear view and just get to work and have a lot of fun, trying to get that process right.
And Coach, everybody's going to point to my last question, but everybody's going to point to the record, right? But why should people get excited about this team, and what's so special about this team for them to be able to play at a high level like they have this year?
I just think we're just having a lot of fun, Jace. Obviously the winning is fun and that helps, but we just enjoy practice. We enjoy getting to work. We enjoy being with each other, and our mantra is together. And I don't think that that word could be any more perfect for what we got going on. We're a tight-knit unit. We're a tight-knit coaching staff, and the kids know we love them and care about them, and I think it just pays dividends.